Alright, now I told myself I wouldn't get any more keyboards, but it kind of happened because someone's birthday's coming up and I figured I'd get them a board and modify it a bit, or not, I don't know, in case I like it. I don't know if it sounds good out the box, but this is like the budget board because, you know, it's his first fancy keyboard, and a lot of people's first fancy keyboards might just be this baby here. This is that Keychron V1, simple, clean, nothing crazy. It is a plasticky kind of board, but, you know, here it is. In its glory. I'm not really gonna get too deep into the contents because I bought this buddy used for like 50 bucks, and you know, there's no point checking it out if it has all the content. Granted, this guy actually included all the accessories, so that's nice of him. Cables and extra keycaps, screwdriver bits and whatnot, bits and bobs, paperwork. Oh, yeah, he actually included everything. Look at that. But anyway, what we really care about in this video is definitely the board. So let's take a brief look at it. Why don't we? Alright, if you stumbled upon this video, then you already know what this is. This is a 75% keyboard, so, you know, unless you didn't freaking read the thing here, it's a 75%. This is the V1 model from Keychron, not the Q1 or Q2 or whatever. The V series, they're plasticky, so expect a plastic shell and whatnot. But what I can say about this particular board is there's two versions. The 75% can have just keys, or the one of them can have a knob for a little bit more money, of course. But, you know, it's not a whole lot, it's like 10 bucks. The board itself isn't too far off from the metal versions, actually. This is a almost exactly the same, I'd say. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, this is, I forgot what it was. Q something. It's this, bam, Q something. I'll edit that in later. Basically, that is the full metal version. I believe that version came out first. I'm not entirely sure, but it's my sister's. But anyway, as you can tell, they're not too far off. Hers is not the knob model, of course. And even like the design of the back has the exact kind of same ridges and bevels and whatnot. The main difference you can see is it's more beveled here towards the back on the metal one, and it's less so on here for the plastic boy. Also, yeah, you got step-up feet in case you need those, and they're one of those two-step ones in case you want like different angles or not. And because of this, it will come a little bit flatter compared to the big boy, which only comes in one angle. The big boy's a little thicker because of that. But, you know, I'm not an adjustable angle guy, so I could care less about those things personally, but I can imagine some of you might like that. And if this is your first board and you're still figuring things out, then yeah, you're figuring out those angles and whatnot. And the cable's in the shot. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, this baby is stock. So let's take a look at what it sounds like stock, and I believe this is currently using brown switches. Should probably double check on that, actually. Oh yeah, those are browns for sure. Yeah, why not? I believe this is stock. I don't think the guy I bought it from did anything to it. If it is, this is pretty good. If it's not, well, it's not too bad if he modified it a bit. I don't think he did. Not entirely sure. It feels okay, though. Looks like we have no choice but to take it apart to see what's inside, so let's just... Alright, let's get those keycaps off. I still gotta take apart this and take a look inside, so I'm just gonna speed through me taking off those switches and whatnot. Taking it. Luckily for me, the accessories to open up this baby were included in the package, so that's pretty nice. And I got the baby unscrewed, take off the little rotary knob, and that was actually pretty easy. It's a knurled metal knob, so I do like that we still get a nice knob to go with the cheaper model, so that's nice. Pretty simple, and looks like it's compatible with many other knobs, so it's looking good for upgrading this guy pretty easily down the line, if in case like my buddy wants to. But after removing like 8 screws in the back, we can take off the front, which is all plastic, and looks like we can easily spray paint this in case you want to customize it intensely. And we are met with the board itself here with the plate. So we got the, I wonder if it's screwed in or not. I wonder if it just, would it fall out? Oh, I guess it's screwed in there. Oh yeah, it's this plate is screwed in for sure. 1 second. Oh man, you know it's a used board when you got people dust on this thing. I gotta brush this baby after before I give it to my buddy over here. Oh, by the way, I did notice that they didn't skimp on these accessories. The screwdrivers do have a little bit of magnetism to them, so that's nice to see. Alright, after cleaning up the last user's people dust on this thing and unscrewing everything, let's take a look under the hood. And I'm already seeing some interesting things, and I can almost say that this is almost most definitely stock. Coming with, it's just really in there, isn't it? I missed a screw somewhere, didn't I? Yep, I missed one screw. God damn it. Sometimes that happens. Alright, so now that we got it off, this is what we got. We got the PCB. Oh, this is actually quite nice. I'm quite surprised. This is nice. We're using a proper Gateron hot swap gear. That's pretty nice. Now, as we can see here, this is a tray-mounted system, and the plate here is most definitely aluminum, which some or some may not like due to it being kind of on the stiffer side. And interestingly, on the bottom here, this surprised me, because I didn't watch too many videos. I know there's a lot of videos out on this stuff, but I didn't watch a whole bunch of them because I'm lazy. Anyway, so you and me are finding this out together, but we got a silicone damping pad on the bottom. I don't have to, like, foam mod this or anything. In case, like, the person's into foam. I mean, they can remove it if they don't want to, but considering what we have here, I feel like I might just tape mod the PCB with the build that we're dealing with right here. I'm kind of lazy to deal with and change with the switches, but I do kind of want to get under to, like, relube the stabs, because while they are factory lubed, I feel like I put a little, I don't know, I feel like I should put a little more. I mean, honestly, they feel pretty okay, so maybe I just leave them as is. That's actually not too bad. Like, I guess I can remove all the switches to show you guys, like, the foam under here, because there is foam between the plate and the PCB we can take a look at, so I guess we could do that. As for the switches, I'm just going to keep them as is. I don't really want to lube them, because I don't know if homie's going to, like, change out the switches from the get-go. I have an idea that he likes tactiles, even though Browns as a whole aren't very tactile, but they are making a comeback, so maybe he'll like them, maybe he won't. But for now, I'm just kind of leave it as is, because I don't know what his preferences are yet. You guys can't tell, but my thumbs hurt a lot, because I just finished taking out all the switches for you guys, just so I can show you the foam in between. And there's screws holding it down, isn't there? Of course there are. 1 second. Here we go again. Alright, now I've gotten the screws off, so at least we know it's very securely built. You can take off the plate and behold just the PCB. You got this built-in LEDs, which you guys are gonna like what I'm gonna do with these later, but you'll find out. This thing is VIA compatible. It's good to see. I did mention earlier, but there's a switch at the very top. You can switch from, like, Windows to Mac. So on the standard keycaps that come with this, you'll notice that there are little, like, notions or little markings, so you know that little markings, so you know that you can use, like, Mac controls, or, like, you know, like on the keyboard on the MacBook, basically. So you can just do that kind of stuff. But for Windows people, it kind of varies for us. But, you know, here's the PCB. But that's not what I took this off for you guys to look at. I mean, I guess it is, because we are gonna mess with these stabs, which will look like they have a decent factory lubing. I think we can go a little bit more in there just to make them a little bit, I don't know, smoother, I guess. A little more viscous. That's the kind of feel I'm going for. Anyway, affixed to our plate is foam in between, so that's nice to see. I thought about taking it out, but I feel like it would make the board sound too hollow, so we'll probably keep it. With the main mods, probably just be, just re-lubing these. Oh, geez, yeah. I'm definitely gonna re-lube the stabs with probably dielectric grease, just to, like, ham it in there, and probably tape mod this guy with about 3 layers of tape, I'd say, to see if the sound changes. I don't want to do too much to this, because I want to see what we can do at a very base level, in case this is, like, your first board and you want to do very minimal mods to it, and essentially. And this is going to be for someone who's also going to be in that field where it's going to be their first board, and I'm just going to do these basic minimal mods for them so they don't have to. If they want to change it, it's not too hard for them to, like, remove the tape, and I don't think they're going to complain too much about the stabs, but if they do, they'll probably let me know. So let's just get that over with. I'm gonna do it off camera. I'm too lazy. You guys know what it looks like. It's just dielectric grease, bam, on these babies here, tape mod, and we'll put it back together, and we'll see how it sounds. Yeah. In case you're wondering what dielectric grease is, it's this crap. I like to use this in my stabs because it's nice and thick, and that's the feel I like. And I can already feel some of you guys in the crowd who are into keyboards probably crying because you're not into that stuff and you use more nicer lube. Show. Sorry guys, but I also should further apologize to those who expected a cleaner rebuild setup type of thing. We're not going to go too intense with this. Also, my setup is always going to be a mess. If you've been to my friggin' channel and seen my room and table, it morphs and changes and things grow and whatnot. But yeah, you know, just want to apologize for the mess, but not at the same time, because that's just kind of how I am. Well, you know what? These are actually pretty decently lubed. I don't think I'm going to have to do much to it. I'm gonna do it anyway. And just clean that baby off and soil it for the memes. Oh, that's a little too much. Let's just calm down a little there. Just enough. Yeah, just enough. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe a little more. That's too much. I'm just gonna do this off camera. This is getting messy. All right, now we got it back together. We're gonna tape mod this buddy. I know I said I'd do it off camera, but there is a problem. I'm out of tape. But we have a new idea. These are stickers I'll never use from Nomad, and I'm just gonna stick it on the bottom and maybe it'll go out okay. Ooh, that's kind of gnarly. I basically used, oh Jesus, like 2 layers. I'm trying to peel the layers, but there's 2 layers of Nomad design stickers on this stuff, and I hope it works well because they make some pretty nice stickers and nice products, which is why I have so many of their stickers. So I've blessed this keyboard with Nomad, and hopefully that goes well. Just 2 layers, and this is a pretty good sticker, and I think that should be enough. We'll see though. You know, as I'm putting this together, I will note I do like that these are south-facing switches, so it's nice to have, but that also brings some forbearance as to the keycaps we'll be using on these babies, and I imagine I'm gonna have some public outcry pretty soon. Just you wait. Alright, now as a preliminary, let's kind of take a sound test about how these stabilized switches sound now, huh? Not too bad. Alright, now that everything's back together, you ready for the blasphemy? Behold. You may not know what these are right now, but trust me, you're gonna hate it because... Oh, I'm a little disappointed. Now I kind of hate it. So these are actually Razer's Phantom keycaps. So they're very gamery pudding keycaps. Not the greatest keycaps, as many will find out, but the boy's a gamer, so maybe he'll like it, maybe he won't. I might have to change out the keycaps in the end anyway to the originals because, well, I can't see the Legions, and I think he's going to need them. But while we're here, might as well just do a sound test to see what they sound like. Gonna angle this microphone here. Alright, I can barely snap because of all the grease on my fingers, but let's see what it sounds like. The regular side. Definitely higher, more clacky after the tape mod, but here's that Razer keycap side. Surprisingly not terrible. Deeply unsatisfied with the results, I decided to get some new keycaps for this set because it only makes sense. This is the Milky Way Studio Heresy set because the guy likes Warhammer, and this is the closest I can get to the Gothic print for the Warhammer stuff. So right now it looks kind of like this. Give me a second. Right now it looks like this, which is pretty neat if you ask me. So these are cherry profile, I believe. So let's give this a sound test now. Seems okay, but at least you can now read it, so that's a plus. Alright, well, that's that. Keychron V1 in 2024, not bad. Worth the price? I don't know, full price maybe not. I got this used for like 50 bucks, which makes this extra worth it, and I'm pretty sure you can find a whole bunch of these used these days, because a lot of people will start on this keyboard and then upgrade to something like full metal. Other people will just kind of stick with this and call it a day, because sometimes people like that plastic sound. It really depends on your taste, I suppose, but even then full price, I think it might be not exactly worth it. I think it's okay for the price, because it still connects, you know, to like QMK and can be and VIA, whereas other keyboards of a similar shape and dimensions, while they can be fad, you know, at like 50 to like 60 bucks, they sometimes aren't compatible with VIA, and that kind of sucks, or QMK for that matter. So if that's important, then, you know, this would be still worth it even at its full price when it comes to like stock with all the other stuff. You can get a bare bones, I believe, too, so that's also pretty cool. But for the most part, I think if you can find it used, it'll make it like extra worth it, like it was for me, because you can choose your keycaps. You may be wondering if like it was worth it to get these ones. These are die sub, and there's a reason for this. My guy is like, he's into Warhammer, so he uses Chaos Space Marines, and this font seems to match his style of that stuff, and I expect him to get paint on this keyboard. And I think it would make sense to have this font and this style, because if he gets the paint that he would use for his like Chaos Space Marines on this guy, it's gonna look probably pretty much better, like improved. It'll have that look to it, you know? little spatters of gold and red here and there. It would look neater. I don't know. That was in my mind when I like decided to get these keycaps and put on this board for him. So I hope he likes it. I hope you guys like it a lot. It's not the craziest board in the world, but for you know what it is, it's not bad. It's pretty nice. I kind of want to keep it. The fact that I want to keep it, I guess, is a good sign. But you know, I gotta let it go. It's a good creation. I gotta give my gifts away. So that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helped, despite this being one of many videos for the V1. But this is the one in 2024. So yeah, I hope that helped. I'll see you guys next time.